The Big Show with Night Day. Barista-made coffee from $4.50. How good?
Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon, the 24th of October, 2023. And you, my friends, as always, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night Day. And, Moge, you frisky stallion, how's life?
Going pretty grousey, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. What an incredible weekend it was. A long weekend. Shout out to the labourers all over this great land for getting us an extra day off. And I'm assuming it was sunny all over the country.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, mate. And we want to hear from the punters out there. Tell us how your long weekend was on 3483. I know Keyzie had a great long weekend because he's just eaten a massive sausage roll. How's life, Keyzie?
Life's great, Jase. I don't know what it is about me just eating a bog standard saucy roll before the show.
Yeah.
Wow, was it bog standard, mate?
That was pretty big.
It was a pretty big one. And I just thought you maybe putting a bit of lining on the stomach or something like that.
It was impressive watching you wrap your chops around it.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah.
It was delicious. And there was the option of a smaller sausage roll, and I said, nah.
Well, this is why I asked the question, of course. Actually, go and check out our podcast. We talk about that in depth.
Yes, we do, for some reason.
A massive show ahead. Keyzie had a bit of a get-to with his wife over the weekend, which we need to go into, Moge. And you want to talk about your wagon journey, being on or off the wagon
journey. Yeah.
Sounds good, mate. Of course, we've got the big poll coming up, but let's kick off with a bit of MGMT.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed, MGMT there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Do text us on 3483. Let us know how your long weekend was. But right now, it's time for...
The Big Poll.
Interesting one, this one. Interesting. Going to the movies by yourself, yes or no?
That's right. Now, this has came about because I found out that our producer, Pugs, he went to the movies yesterday by himself. Not only did he go to the movies by himself, he watched a 3.5-hour Scorsese flick.
Oh, yeah. We were going to see that movie, by the way, but 3.5 hours just a touch too far for Woody J.
It should be a mini-series or something. It should be a TV show. And I just thought, no one I know has ever gone to the movies on their own. I've never done it. I've not experienced it. My initial thought was, wow, massive loser. However, because I've never done it before, maybe it's a really enjoyable thing.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to gauge.
Yeah, I mean, I go or have gone a lot. I go to movies on my own.
Right.
Always have done. What my favourite thing to do was, especially on a Sunday, I'd get up early, I'd go to the gym, then I'd go to a movie at 10 a.m.
Right.
You get out of the movie about 11:30 midday, then you got the whole day in front of you, and you've seen a movie and had popcorn and a drink already.
Sure,
love it.
yeah.
I absolutely love it. And that way you don't have to go, oh, what do you want to see? What do you want? Well, I want to see this, and this is what I'm going to go and see.
Yeah,
it's to me, it's like watching TV alone. I watch TV alone. I watch a movie alone.
Sure.
See, that would have solved a lot of my issues because quite a few times over the past decade, I've wanted to go see certain things at the movies. My wife has not been into it, and so I haven't seen those movies.
Look, I'll be really honest with you, fellas. It took me a long time to be able to go and watch a movie because I was so angsty and anxious all the time, right? And so I couldn't sit for 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Now I'm really, really good. I go to the movies by myself. I go out to dinner by myself. I have date night by myself.
What?
I pretty much do everything in my life by myself, and I love it, man. Bring it on, I say.
So do you do all those things by yourself sometimes or all the time?
All the time.
What is your wife doing?
Oh, she's usually out with Terry doing stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which I totally understand. And so I got very used to going out by myself.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, initially I was a little self-conscious.
Yeah.
Now I just love it, Moge.
No, it's the best.
It's like, fill your boots.
Text here on 3483. I go to movies alone all the time. It's nice and quiet. Don't have someone talking to you through the movie. Plus, you have all that extra arm space.
Yeah.
I find that a lot when I'm at the movies. My arms have got no space.
Yeah,
but
totally.
if I go alone, so much room for my arms.
What it's like, when I go out to dinner by myself at a lovely restaurant.
Yeah.
Hoodie J with a lovely meal in front of him, a little candle there, half a carafe of wine.
Good company.
Just good company, chatting to myself.
Well,
read. I take my novel with me.
Next time you're, going out for dinner alone or going to the movies alone, why don't you let me know? I'll go with you.
Oh, no, it's all good, Keyzie. But let us know your thoughts on 3483. Or go to our Instagram account and vote on that.
Oh,
Call us on 0800 Hodaki. Up
Yeah,
to
for
you.
sure. Yeah.
I don't care.
CZ
Whatever.
Top.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yes, indeed, ZZ Top there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon, 14 minutes past 4 o'clock.
There's a few great texts coming in on 3483, just from people saying what they did over the long weekend.
Yeah, nice.
A couple I've singled out here. Hey, fellas, got a vasectomy on Friday, so just icing my balls today at Simo's place.
Simo's the mad dog.
Why Simo's? Why not do it at your own place?
Yeah, we don't know,
No,
do we? It's all the information we've got.
Yeah.
Simo's good like that, though. He'll look after you.
Oh,
Well, the
really?
thing of it, he's got his own ice machine.
Simo does.
Yeah.
Yes, and in his fridge, it just does it automatically.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
you know, when you go up to one of those double-doored fridges and
Yeah.
it's got one of the ice dispensers,
Yeah.
sort of at waist height, so you can just stick your balls in there and just push the button.
Yeah.
happy as Larry.
Oh, yeah.
it sounds like
It's
it's really
funny
sore.
you should mention vasectomies. I'm thinking of getting one.
Oh, you should.
Yeah. Just still so virile after all these years.
Sure you are. Here's another text on 3483. G'day, you mad bastards. Enjoyed my first long weekend with my newborn son who loves his backbone onesie.
Oh, how good, man.
That's
Backbone.
cute.
Actually, I've had a lot of people talk to me about that and say, can you get me one of those bastards? They're very popular.
A baby.
No,
Or a onesie.
backbone onesie.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you can't do that.
I've had a few people ask if I could get them, No, I won't go there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, fellas, this weekend there was an amazing initiative. It was on Uber with the Red Cross, right? Where you could call an Uber to your place, give them your clothes that you want to donate, and they'll just pick it up free of charge, drop it off to the donation centre, instead of
good.
having to find a bin, which isn't hard to do, but we noticed that people, they're starting to get rid of the clothing bins, and they're kind of hard to find nowadays because people keep like climbing into them and vandalising them and stuff.
Sleeping in
Sure.
them.
Yeah. So we did that. It was great. I think we went through and had about 6 bags of stuff to get rid of. However, I noticed when it was my turn to clear up my stuff, I made a massive pile. All right, that's gone. Never wear that. Here we go. Donate that. Get rid of those shoes. I noticed my wife immediately went through the pile, pulled out half of the stuff and said, well, you might need this. And I was like, but I've done it and I've made the decision that no, I won't need that. I haven't worn it in years.
Sure. Yeah.
And then the other thing she started doing is going, oh, I might have this. And so as we were getting rid of stuff, she came out with an old sweater I was trying to get rid of, and now that's like her favourite sweater.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could have made $10 off that.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
you could have. Did you chuck out your 3/4 pants?
What about those like summer nats and winter nats t-shirts? Because they've done their day, surely.
What about...
No, I've kept all those things.
Look, no, Keyzie, seriously, mate, I sympathise. My wife's shocking like that. We cleaned out our sunroom, which is kind of like our second lounge, Moge.
Whoa, 2 lounges, flash.
I know, it sounds really flash, it's not. And because it was just filled with crap.
Yeah.
And, I know that my wife's not listening right now, so I can go there.
Yes.
If she was listening, I would not be going there, I promise you that. Just so much crap that hasn't been touched for ages, just bits and pieces and
Yeah.
stuff. And my wife's like, what about this? And I'm like, biff it, biff it, biff it. That's my attitude. But she's very much, oh, no, but the kids did that, like 15 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she just refuses to throw stuff out because of the sentimental value of it. Whereas I'm like, no, it's clutter, get rid of it.
Well, that's the thing with sentimental value. It actually means it's got less value than any other value.
Totally.
The value lives in your head. It's imaginary value.
Yes.
And when the item that's got imaginary value lives in a bag that you never open, it's got even less value.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, it's now become a bit of a liability because, as you say, it's just taken up space.
Yes.
That would annoy me. I cleaned out my kids' drawers over the weekend. Got a stack of drawers. Kids got more clothes than me, man. I'm not even joking.
Yes.
Overflowing out of the bastard there it was, every single drawer. So I've gone through there, cleaned all that up, put it all in bags so that I can never, ever, ever take it to the Salvation
get
Army.
round to doing
My
it.
trick is I put it in the bag and I put it in the boot of the car alongside the other bags of clothes that are mine, my wife's, and my wife's brother that have been sitting in there for about 6 months.
Yes.
So it's just all in the car now. That's
Yeah.
where that lives.
Well, because the question is, and we'll put it out there to the listeners on 3483, when's the expiry date on this stuff? You know what I mean? When do you chuck? When do you not chuck? Like, I went through drawers of all my daughter's cards that they sent me. We love you, Dad. You've been the best dad ever. Biff it.
Bin it.
Pictures of, portraits of Dad when they were
Burn
little
it.
kids. Biff it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get rid of it.
I've
That's
actually
right.
learned that from you when my daughter comes home. Like, she comes home with like 10 pictures a day.
Yes.
And I'll just get them out, get them out. And for one, they only draw on one side of the piece of paper. I don't know why. And you go, garbage, garbage, garbage. Yeah, not bad. Garbage, garbage, garbage. So you sort of get 1 out of the 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, it's like those are memories. You can really see her getting better. It's like...
Do you do that in front of her?
Yeah, it's just so she knows which ones are good and which ones are bad.
Yeah, totally.
She's getting the picture. She doesn't like drawing as much as she used to.
Sure.
Hey, have you a say New Zealand? Call us on 0800 Hodaki if you'd like a $50 night and day voucher, or text us 3483.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed, the exponents there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon, 26 minutes past 4 o'clock. Very nice to have your company. Now, great news, by the way, Big Show on the road, team. It's only, how many sleeps? 2 sleeps away, actually. Live
Tuesday
at the Zookeeper's Son this Thursday evening.
That's right, the Zookeeper's Son is a great pub in Royal Oak, Auckland. We've been all over the country, and we were like, you know what, we should go to the capital city. Well, actually, not the capital city, is it? The biggest city. And we should do it there. So Thursday night, if you're in Auckland or within driving distance, which, by the way, is everyone in New Zealand, you should come along from 4. There'll be Backbone T-shirts, food and beverage vouchers on offer.
So good, man. It's always good. You can,
high fives as well.
Yeah, high fives.
We're giving out high fives. We're trying to bring back the high five, the Big Show high five.
The Big Show high
Yeah,
five.
so we'll be throwing those around willy-nilly. So brace yourselves, be ready, and have your best high five ready.
That's right.
And, of course, photo opportunities with that stallion Moge.
Yeah, Cool Hat Moge's going to be there, Sailboat Shirt Hoyt, and, of course, three-quarter pants Keyzie will be there.
I've got my sailboat shirt all ready to go, Keyzie. You'll be happy to know. Now, we were talking about throwing junk away. And the vibe I'm getting, fellas, is that all of our partners like to keep stuff, and we're more of the sort of bent of get rid of it.
We're the
chuck
biffers.
it.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about, your kids doing pictures and stuff like that and writing your cards. How long do you hold on for those? I say biff them.
Until they're out of eye shot.
Yeah, totally. Now, we've got Adam on the line. You got a thought on this, mate?
G'day, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, actually. I'm a little red in some places. I got some massive D over the weekend. So
Oh, did you?
Vitamin D.
Congratulations,
Yeah, good
man.
stuff, Adam.
You sound stoked, man. Good on you.
Yeah, nothing like a bit of massive
nice to
D.
get out some D. Yeah.
Good stuff,
So
guys.
I had some thoughts. So I've got 4 daughters. So I have had a lot of pictures.
Yes.
Over the years, and what I've noticed is they just tend to forget about them. You know,
Right.
they'll draw you a picture, and it means a lot for a while. So you bang it up on the wall, you get some blue tack, you bang it up on the fridge, and then they forget about it. You slowly just take them down, and a new one takes its place.
Sure.
Yeah,
I've got
sure.
a different one where I sort of take them out of the bag and I put them directly into the bin. So there's no period of time when they're on the fridge where I have to open the door and they fall off the fridge and I've got to pick them up and put them back on there. I'm effing and jeffing in the kitchen because I'm over it. I never liked that picture in the first place. So I just sort of cut out the middleman there. Straight in the bin.
Well, it's not a bad idea, actually. As long as you're making sure that your kids see you do that, I think that's probably the best.
Yeah.
But I haven't quite gone that route yet. I will. I mean, I'm coming towards the youngest is 2 years old, so I'm probably heading towards that.
Oh, yeah,
direction.
definitely. Oh, well, especially when they're 2 years old and 3 years old, it's all garbage anyway. I mean, my wife got into that habit, a terrible habit, Moge, where I'd want to chuck something, and not only did she not chuck it, she'd want to put it in a frame.
Right.
God.
You know what I mean? So we got framed, pictures of drawn by our daughters that are just terrible.
Well,
none of them have artistic ability. It's embarrassing for the family. It's embarrassing to the kids. It's embarrassing for everyone involved.
So true. Just a big shout out to Adam, by the way, for calling through $50 night and day voucher.
Yeah, so good.
Much appreciated. There's also a great hack here on 3483 if you want to go the other route and not throw your kids' stuff away. Hey guys, I save my kids' art until Christmas time and then I use it to wrap Christmas presents for Grandma and Grandpa. See, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Grandpa's no longer with us. So it's bad memories. I mean, you didn't know that when you texted it, but it is bad memories for me.
And old people tend to like proper wrapping paper, I find.
They do, don't they?
They don't like garbagey, stupid pictures.
I
and
tell you
stuff.
what, though, that's not a bad idea if you've got people in your family that, will pretend to like it.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed. Pluto there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 4:38. Hope you're having a great old day out there. She's just packed in weather-wise, though, Fellas?
Just in Auckland, it's hard to speak for the entire country.
Yeah, it is. Just really packing down.
You've got to stop being so 09 focused.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm
man?
just saying, just at the moment, where I am right now, it's really packed in.
Yeah, it has.
Now, listen, fellas. I don't normally do this, but there's something I need to address.
Is this under the segment title, It's Been Bugging Me?
Is that a new segment we're doing?
Yeah, Pugs, have you already banged up that, man? Have you already banged that up for us, man? That sting, man?
I don't think
To be honest with you, Moge, I don't know that it sort of comes under that title.
Okay.
But it's one of those things that it's getting out of hand. It's growing. I hear people talking behind my back. I hear the rumours. I see social media. And I've reached a point where it's like, okay, I need to address this before it gets out of hand.
Okay. Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
Your honker?
Wow.
So as a guess, I mean, just based on what you said about people talking about it getting massively out of hand.
I don't even know what to say to that, Pugs. But anyway, moving on.
Sorry, I was just a guess.
No, look, it's no big deal, and I can confirm I'm going to be on the next series of Celebrity Treasure Island.
Oh,
all right?
yeah, congrats.
Because it's been
Really?
swirling. It's been swirling around, and people, Hoity J would be awesome on this. Get Hoity J on. Hoity J would be. I would pay to see Hoity J on CTI.
That is interesting because one of the really the only caveat that they have is that you can't tell anybody about it until the show is announced after filming.
Sure, but also they know that I've got a huge following, and so they're trying to jazz up the whole pre-show hype.
So start getting everyone excited about a year out.
I'll tell you what, the only contention's been actually thus far.
Is it you saying it while the old season's still playing?
No, the only disagreement we've had contractually at the moment is they've asked me what charity I want to have as my charity, and I've said my wife.
Oh.
Because then, it's like, if I win $10,000 for my charity, douche, my wife gets 10K.
Sure.
And Hoity J, like, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Wow.
So, and then they were sort of against that, and I said, well, hang on. That will make me compete for reals. And when you've got Hoity J competing for reals, look out, New Zealand.
Well, what I've noticed with actually a lot of the competitors on there, and not just this season, other seasons as well, is they all seem to have their own charity.
Sure.
They all seem to have their own charity.
I mean, that's a good point.
I'll be doing it for my own charity, and it is, we do this, that, and the other.
But they usually do help people. They don't just go
well,
to
you know that they've got a charity. You haven't seen them do any work, have you? You've taken them at their word that they're doing work.
I am, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I 100% think they probably are.
Right.
But at the same time, I also don't know. So if you just start up a little charity...
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, I've just made it my wife, so, I mean, that's pretty easy. And I just felt it was important to get ahead of the game, because sometimes these things get blown out and stupid things start swirling about. So, yes, I am going to be in the next series of Celebrity Treasure Island, all right? So just leave it there.
And what do you think your strengths are going to be on CTI, Jase? Is it going to be your physical capabilities?
Sure.
Which we've seen across multiple videos. Is it going to be your ability to solve puzzles with your milky eyes? Or is it going to be your ability to be able to build camaraderie with your fellow competitors, given you don't really like people?
I think it's going to be being able to stab every bastard in the back, Moge.
Yeah, definitely. Your people skills will shine through.
So there, we're done, all right?
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Brings it hearing.
No more about it. I don't want to hear any more about it, because I'm eating a barbecue chip.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Chemical Brothers there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 4:47, but we have breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Yeah, listen, fellas, what I just discussed in the last voice break, Celebrity Treasure Island, the producers have just called me, I've been sacked.
Right, did they say why?
Yeah, because apparently you're not meant to talk about when they select you for the new series, before the series.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah, you don't talk about, the one rule of CTI, because you don't talk about CTI.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Are you gutted about that? Because that could have been your big break.
Oh, it would have been my big break, you know what I mean? And that's the way it goes, man.
Oh,
It's
well.
like the one rule of STIs as well, eh?
Yeah.
You don't talk about STIs.
Oh, yeah.
But you should, if you've
you
realised
should
you've got one.
responsibly, you should tell everyone. And also ring everybody up that you've ever sort of seen in the past and just go, hey, just a heads up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Keyzie.
No, don't use me.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
The Colt there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. That's the end of the 4 to 5 hour. Have we played the Gig a Little tune yet?
I believe.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What is it, Keyzie?
Well, the one we're listening out for now, it was Blink 182. That has since played. Now we're listening out for this song. Which I believe is a song from AC/DC.
Decca.
Yeah, good stuff. Good
So
stuff.
if you hear that song, the live rendition, you call us on 0800 Hodaki and you could win $1,000 thanks to Super Liquor.
Plenty coming up after 5 o'clock, by the way. Moge tells us how he's going on the wagon journey.
Yeah, I'm off the booze and the darts. And
Yes.
that.
Tough times, man. Tough times. Also, heaps of sport over the weekend, so we'll have a pretty extensive sport chat. All that after 5.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope your Tuesday's going along very nicely indeed, and you've recovered from your 3-day weekend.
You good, Jase?
Sorry, there's a barbecue chip just got stuck in my throat there.
Sound like you're halfway through Tool Chat, to be honest.
No, we haven't done that for a while, have we, fellas?
True.
Yeah.
You guys fully recovered from your 3-day weekend?
I have. Saucy roll that I had before the show certainly helped.
Yeah.
Feeling sharp now.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have anything to recover from, so I'm all good.
Sure, yeah. Well, neither.
Look how down Buzz he is. Because he had a quiet weekend.
Yeah, totally. Hey, let us know how your weekend went, by the way, on 3483. Coming up very shortly, we've got sports chat. Yes, Keyzie.
I was just going to say, everyone that does text through on 3483 in the draw for a night day voucher, $50 worth.
Yeah. Well, just on Moge's quiet weekend, we'll be getting into how he's doing on the wagon there.
Yeah.
We'll do that next, shall we?
Yeah.
Sure.
In the meantime, here's Lenny Kravitz.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Keen for a durry, mate?
You guys look so cool.
Durry Chat with Jason Mike. Yes, indeed, and I mentioned in the podcast, and I think in the podcast I said I was worried about you. It wasn't that I was worried about you, but I thought with the weekend ahead, 3 days, beautiful weather as we had there, no durries, no drinkies for old Moge, it was going to be tough going. But you toughed it out.
Well, I've done 8 days and 21 hours and 39 minutes without a ciggy so far. According to this, my bad breath is 100% gone.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
My
nice.
daughter, who seems to have the most sensitive nose on the planet, would disagree with that.
Right.
I've saved $153, guys. That's good.
so, for like just over a week.
Yeah, and 71 ciggies not smoked.
Wow.
And I've gained 2.2 days of my life back.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure how they work that out.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem likely.
Yes.
So yeah, pretty. How you going with the durries?
I've lost 8 days of my life, but that's nothing to do with the durries. That's just
sure.
an age-related thing.
Oh, right,
okay.
yeah. Because it's been 8 days.
But I have saved $480 over 8 days.
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
good, isn't
yeah.
it?
Well, that's amazing.
That's real good.
And my, what do you call it? Your carbon monoxide?
Yes, your carbon monoxide levels, which were off the charts.
Quite literally, they're off the charts.
Yes.
So we've actually never had that scenario before. You were there, weren't you, Keyzie?
I was there, Jase.
Yeah,
They said
yeah.
it was like that monoxide tested a locomotive.
Yeah, yeah. That's down to about 80% now.
Oh, well done, man.
Yeah, so 80% of carbon monoxide, 20% of oxygen.
And how you going with it? You struggling?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What about you?
I hate it.
I'm pretty good now. That was the big challenge, was getting through this first weekend. So for me, my trigger is drinking, amongst other things, but certainly drinking. And so I'm on the 6-week fitness competition thingy. And I thought, well, if I can get through Labour weekend, I should be a sweet runner. And lo and behold, she's just an absolute ripper up here in Auckland. Every day, better than the last.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
So good.
And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was difficult, man. Because I don't know what people do when it's sunny like that. I don't know what you do when it's sunny. I don't know how people don't drink. And I've done it extensively before, but this time round I'm seeming to find it quite difficult
Yes.
to give up. Which
Well,
I've
you
never,
know-
I can normally just make the call and that's it. But now that I'm through that first weekend, I'll be off to the races. It's the first weekend that's the toughest.
The stresses and strains of life, and all that sort of jazz. But you're right. I mean, the lovely sunny weather doesn't help.
Well, you've
No.
got
You know what I mean? And you see people having cold beersies in pub corners and stuff, and you just go, ooh, jeez.
Well, you got to do what Jase does, I think, which is sort of fill your day up with mindless, sort of clearing out your third lounge or whatever it was, mowing the lawns,
Sure.
planting basil, that sort of stuff.
Second lounge.
Second
Keyzie.
lounge,
I don't
sorry.
have 3 lounges.
Oh, right, sorry.
No, I think you're right. Keep
Or you-
yourself busy, get out and about. But the trouble is, you go out and about, and all you see are people at bars.
Yeah, and smoking durries.
Yes.
Or you take the Keyzie approach and just stuff your gob with massive sausage rolls.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, that's often what happens when people give up, isn't
Yeah.
it? Is they,
Do you find
they
that just very
they fill
quickly?
up.
Do you-
Well,
do
no,
you go-
because I'm on this
right.
eating regime as
Oh,
well,
no, I couldn't
and this
handle
gym
that.
regime. So, no, it's pretty boring. But look, I'll see you on the 1st of December. That's all I'll say.
Right.
Yeah, loaded up and ready to go.
And
Good
just
on you,
confirming
mate.
that's not darts, right?
All right, no smoking's going to continue.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Jase?
G'day, Keyzie. Oh, tune!
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
She-Hunt there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 16 minutes past 5 o'clock. Speaking of the 3-day weekend, of course, Keyzie, this is the last week for you, my friend, and then you're off for a month-long honeymoon, eh, boy?
Yeah. Good
3
on you,
more
brother.
shows, Keyzie. How are you feeling about that, man? All good?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm bloody
yeah.
excited. It's been a long time coming. Been saving up for a long time. My wife and I haven't been overseas. And, I went to Fiji for a wedding, but before that, it was probably 5 or so years. So.
Eyes to the front, Keyzie.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, boy. Good on you, brother.
Yeah,
It's
that's good.
It's obviously getting to see a bit of Europe for the first time. It's pretty exciting,
Very.
and especially given that you're leaving when we're still, and like most people you would expect, Jason, back me up on this. You and I have been in radio a long, long while now.
Wow.
Generally people would time it. You go on those sorts of trips when we've got that 4-week break at the end of the year when
Sure.
everybody's off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're taking it off when we're sort of, still in the thick of things,
Yes.
and and you're sort of opening the door, I guess, because Pugs will be coming in. Pugs will be replacing you for a month, and that doesn't bother you at all, man. Like, having
Well-
sort of opening the door for somebody else to have a crack.
Oh, totally.
Because
And there's as they say, Moge, there's 50 to 100 people as soon as you walk out that door that want to walk in that door.
Yeah, that's
you know what
right.
I mean? They're banging on the door, as
They
they
are.
were. And we've got a little chat going on, just separate from the show, with Pugs. For when you're away, by the way, just incidentally, the ideas are pissing out of them.
Unbelievable.
They
right.
are pissing out of them.
Because the sort of the road, of radio
Sure.
is sort of littered with the corpses of overconfident former presenters,
Yeah. Hey, Moge,
former personalities.
You're not wrong, mate.
Right.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
do you... I mean, obviously...
But I tell you what, your first time in Europe, that is awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's going to be just you and your partner going for walks and eating pizzas and
Well, yeah, obviously it's going to be great.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm happy for Pug. He's a member of the team. We've all got our jobs. We all know what we're doing.
Sure, yeah. I've seriously never been more impressed than I have working with Pugs. He's just blown me away with his work ethic.
Oh, totally. In
you
the B
don't
studio,
even have to
yeah.
ask. He's just go the whole time.
Totally, we all are.
chucking out ideas all the time.
Oh, so
Man,
good.
I'm looking forward to it. He's going to
But
be great.
Jase, I
good.
mean, like, I know what you guys are saying, and thanks for your concern. But like, my name's written down on a piece of paper that says Keyzie,
Yeah. Who wrote that?
part of the big
Who
show.
wrote that?
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Lawyer.
yeah. Did
You
you
did.
sign it?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
right.
it says
Okay.
Keyzie, big show presenter.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not just gonna.
Oh, I mean,
Keyzie-
they'll keep you around Hodaki. You'd be surprised how many calls you get into a show between sort of midnight and 4.
Yeah. Well, I heard Prebz was maybe going away for a month. So the night show's going to be up for grabs again.
Well, no, I
But
just
it's
You know
came.
good,
what I mean?
man, that you're not even bothered by it because
Yeah.
I would be, even
Yeah.
in my position, which feels fairly secure, I'd still be like, oh, I don't know, man.
Mate, I've accused you of having tiny bullets before, Keyzie. You have big bullets walking out and just going, see ya.
Right.
And because I just don't. Yeah, this is me though. This is not you.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're going to go away. It's a honeymoon with your wife, and given how are you going to stay in the moment?
Right.
when you know damn well your head's on the chopping block
Yeah,
back
yeah.
here.
Well, I wouldn't put it like that.
You just see great Insta post after Insta post. Because, I mean, Pugs will still be doing all that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
Right.
He'll be filling all the roles.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. But,
Well,
yeah, no,
But
seriously,
hey,
man.
as they say in France, Keyzie, bon voyage,
Yes,
brother.
c'est la vie.
Oh, thanks, fellas. Looking forward to it.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
The Naked and Famous there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening. Hey, on Thursday evening, we're going to be out on the road again, fellas.
Oh,
And we really want you to be a part of it. Where is it at, Keyzie?
so we are doing another live show from a great bar in Auckland. So if you live in Auckland or near Auckland, come to Royal Oak to the Zookeeper's Son. It is a good pub for watching footy and having a few jugs responsibly and playing pool and stuff. So it is a bit of a local haunt of mine. In fact, I dug through my drawer and found my old loyalty card for the pub.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
2013 I got that, so a while ago now.
And actually, just, previous to our previous chat, actually, a nice little send-off for you too, Keyzie.
Yeah, well, I
you
mean,
know
I'll
what
be
I
here
mean?
on Friday, so I'll
Yeah,
still do
I
the
know,
Friday
but
show.
Yeah, you're seeing the last show. So that'll be good.
Yeah, it will
but-
be.
But also, we've got heaps of giveaways. We've got T-shirts to give away, Backbone
Yes.
T-shirts. There'll be food and beverage vouchers. You can get shots done with Moge and Keyzie.
Well, you mean
before
photos?
Yeah, well,
Or doing shots.
Shots, yeah. Or you could do some shots with Moge.
Well, actually-
no, you can't. He's on the wagon.
No, you
Yeah, well,
can't.
can we just get this out there? Last time we did a live show was from Taitapu in Christchurch, and it was great. So this one geezer kept buying us shots. Trays and trays of shots just kept coming over. And you guys weren't drinking. Oh, Jase, you weren't drinking. Mike, I think you had a few.
I did.
But I ended up getting loaded up. Responsibly loaded up. And it was a bit of a mess that night
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So, actually, no, it was great. Let's get that going again.
Yeah.
Although
sure.
Mike won't be helping this time.
I won't be helping.
No.
No.
It's always awkward when people sort of go out of their way to purchase something for you that you don't want.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you
that's right.
And you have to sort of go, oh, thanks,
Oh,
buddy.
thank you.
Oh, actually,
Keyzie will have it.
Actually, we're going to miss you on that front, Keyzie, if we do any live shows, to suck up all the free
Well, hang
piss
on.
that people buy us.
Thanks,
Because I know
fellas.
I know that Pugs won't be drinking because he's a pro. But
Yeah, the old booze hoover will be overseas there. But you're not doing any live shows until I get back, right?
We've actually got one a week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one a week. So we
hang
go to
on.
Queenstown.
Wow.
We're going to go to Dunedin, Wellington, and then incredibly, we've got a show over on Great Barrier Island.
So looking
So
forward to that,
that's
man. It's
gonna
been
be-
ages
that
since
is
I've
gonna
been
be
there.
good.
Don't you think we should push those back until I'm back?
And then, of course, we've got that trip to Niue.
Yes.
Right.
So looking forward to that,
Well,
man.
look, one trip at a time, and I'll inquire off air about those other ones. But Zookeeper's Son, this Thursday from 4, Royal Oak in Auckland. Come down, watch the show, get a Backbone T-shirt, get amongst it.
Oh, bit of Jimmy.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Jimi Hendrix there. Hey, plenty going on after 6 o'clock, of course. The results of the Big Show Big Poll. If you haven't voted, go to the Instagram account now. Going to the movies by yourself, yes or no. Also, what's on the telly with Mike Minogue? All that, my friends, after 6.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yeah, welcome back, you mad bastards. It's nice to have your company this Tuesday evening. I tell you what, Moge, how nice that it's already Tuesday.
How good.
You know what I mean? We turn up tomorrow. It's Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. I feel
Just like
good
that,
about that.
just like that.
Yeah. Hey, the podcast outro, which is bonus material we do outside of the show, our chat today was all over the place.
Well, it was largely sausage roll focused.
Yeah, it was sausage roll focused and
How was your weekend?
how was your
Focused?
weekend and moisturising butters.
That's right. I believe this particular clip we're going to play tonight, which is of today's outro, is about moisturiser. So that'll be fun.
This cream I got on that job that I was doing on, and I'm normally not interested in that, but I thought my wife might quite like this, and it's called Brazilian Biggie Bum Bum Cream. And I was when I was wandering around on set, people they were saying to woman, "You smell amazing. What's that?" And I'd be like, "It's me, actually. It's old Moge."
So good.
I've got to be honest with you, Moge, I have noticed that. Because, I mean, you won't be aware of it, but I sniff you quite a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I pretend to be doing something over in the corner there, but I'm actually sniffing you.
Well, that's
and I
the
was
thing,
going,
but
"What's-"
you could be in the farthest corner away and still sniff.
Yeah.
And also, I think he's going to
Pugs,
notice you sniffing him.
Pugs. $10, mate. But I've certainly noticed a lovely new scent of late.
Oh, it's nice,
And it's
isn't
the
it?
Brazilian bum cream,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
That's right. If you want to listen to the outro, it is daily bonus content. Search Hodaki Big Show wherever you get your podcast from, all right?
Great stuff.
Oh, Arctic Monkeys. Great tune.
So good. Coming up, the big poll.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Red Hot Chili Peppers there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show. But right now it's time for...
The Big Poll.
And the question today was going to the movies by yourself, yes or nay?
Ah, classic. You can
Yeah.
vote, of course, on the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. Now, this all came about because producer Pugs, who thinks he can swan in here while I'm away and take my spot, he went to the movies yesterday and watched a 4-hour-long Martin Scorsese flick. He went by himself. I'd never heard of anyone ever doing that. Turns out you guys both do it.
Yeah, well, Moge does it all the time. He talks about it all the time. Are you not paying attention there, Keyzie? He always talks about going to the movies by himself and watching movies and walking out halfway through.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the walking out halfway through, so arriving late to the new Avatar and then leaving with 3/4 of an hour to go.
Yeah, you've seen all you need to see at that point. And that's the other thing, because if you're there with somebody,
Yes.
then oftentimes you'll find that they want to stay till the end.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the whole point of
Yeah,
going to the
yeah,
movies, is to watch the
totally.
whole friggin' thing.
Wow.
And like I said, I prefer to do stuff by myself these days. I go out to dinner by myself, go on date night by myself, go to movies by myself.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything I do is by myself.
Well, would you-
because I really like my own company, Keyzie. You know what I'm saying?
Would you not want to go with your wife, though, at some stage?
Oh, I would, but she's just always busy, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. All right, so what do you think New Zealand thinks of this whole situation? And, Jase, we didn't get your prediction early, so you've probably cheated.
Didn't we? I thought we did.
No.
I would say it's going to favour yes, but not by much.
I'm going to go 60-40
Yes?
in favour of yes.
Well, I was going to go 60-42. I'll go 55-45.
Oh, will you? It's so good how, how clever he's getting at cheating and talking
Quite
his way
good.
around to it. Yeah, so yes, 54%. On the Instagram story. So Jase is 1% off, and he's cleverly worded it so you don't suspect a thing.
Well, I was going to go 60-40,
Were
but
you?
bloody Moge,
Were you really?
but Moge jumped in there. So because I felt like it was going to
Did
be
ya?
that close. I
Well,
really
I-
did.
Well, hey, Jase, that's great work, mate.
Thanks, man.
You're
Thank you.
spot on.
Yeah.
Jase.
Yeah.
Did you seriously cheat?
I thought it was going to be 60-40.
So you got it wrong.
So I did actually initially. I would
Right.
have got it wrong had Moge not gone there first.
All right, well, we'll just say you both said 60-40. You both got it wrong, and we'll move on.
Sure.
Anyway, have your say New Zealand vote up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram story. Up next, fellas.
What's on the TV with Mike Minogue?
Yeah, I thought you were going to jump in there, and yeah.
Right, okay.
So good.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Fatboy Slim there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening. And right now it's time for... What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm picking, you watched a lot of telly over the 3-day weekend there, Moge. Putting sport to the side, I'm picking that you looked at some amazing dramas and movies and things like
Yeah,
that.
not at all.
Oh.
Although I watched a couple of things, and one of the things that I watched, which was on Netflix, was called some French guy's name, which I don't remember.
Pierre.
No, and then a colon, and then the Spider-Man of Paris. And it's a documentary about
Oh. Yep, I know it.
it's a documentary about a guy who joined the army and then eventually went on to be essentially a cat burglar in Paris. And his thing was to only rob the rich. So he would climb up the faces of buildings, like just by his fingertips. He was an incredible climber, which he learned in the army. And he'd just go in and he'd steal jewels and paintings and all sorts that were up to the value of like $1 million.
Wow.
And then eventually he robbed the Museum of Modern Art in Paris.
Wow.
He thought he'd go and check it out. He had a mate that wanted to get some paintings out of there, some Renoirs and some Monets and stuff.
Just to add to his collection.
So he thought he'd check it out. And he stole over $100 million worth of paintings. He took 5 paintings out of the joint.
Wow.
It's great. It is such immediately from the start, the way it unfolds, immediately you're like, okay, this will be released as a feature film in 12 months.
Yes.
And then it just goes on, and you're just like, man, this is the perfect film. This has got incredible twists and turns, an amazing lead guy who's a bit sad, ended up by this point had already spent 18 years in jail
right.
of his life.
Yes.
And just some really awesome details in it. It's a really great doco. Definitely worth a watch.
I'll give it a little gander tonight.
Yeah.
I started watching a very excellent series on TVNZ Plus called Wolf. Wolf, and I'll give you a little blurb on it because I don't want to give too much away. So, obsessed with a neighbour he believes murdered his brother in the 90s, D.I. Jack Caffery finds himself trying to right the wrongs of others. Meanwhile, a wealthy family in Monmouthshire are the victims of a psychopath's cruel games. Now, that sounds pretty full-on, very entertaining series.
Wow.
And it's got our old mate playing one of the psychopaths in this show from Game of Thrones. What's his name? Iwan Rion, who played Ramsay Bolton.
Oh, he's great.
Who was, of course, a great psychopath in Game of Thrones. But it's one of those, it's Welsh kind of British co-production, I believe.
Right.
Very quirky characters, very entertaining, and we were drawn in and we loved it. We found it very difficult, actually, not to pump the whole series out last night.
Great.
That's how good it
I'm going
was.
to watch that then.
Yes, it's good.
Thank you.
Quick question, Mike. Was yours the 1967 original film?
No.
Or a modern version of it?
It's a documentary on a guy who committed these burglaries in 2010.
Right, okay.
It might have been 2013.
So it's not Georges Randall, the thief of Paris from 1967?
No.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. I watched a
If you say CDI, I'm going to deduce you.
CTI? No, I watched a documentary about this couple who bought a painting of Jesus, and then it changed hands 4 times, and then some art collectors eventually came across it, bought it for like $1,000, and it turned out to be the long-lost painting of Leonardo da Vinci. And then it sold for 80 million euro or something.
That's a good investment.
Yeah.
So good.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Queens of the Stone Age there on the radio. A Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening. Now, have you heard about the music jury? Well, let me tell you about it if you haven't. We want to get your opinion on the music that we play on our shows and on our radio station. We want to get your opinion on all sorts of stuff, not just, the music we play, but also, the hosts, the presenters, all of that
They
sort
do
of
ask
stuff.
that stuff.
Because they ask that question. And if you hate us, you can say you hate us.
Yeah.
Normally, when people get involved with that, Moge, they go into the draw to win $300 worth of petrol vouchers.
Sure.
But that's got even better now because if they become a part of the music jury, can win $5,000 cash and a fridge.
That's right. It's cold hard cash because it comes inside a beer fridge that looks exactly like a Marshall guitar amp. It is the ultimate accessory for basically any room. If you want to classy it up a wee bit, little guitar amp fridge in there.
Yeah, guitar
so
amp
good.
fridge. That's class.
Stuffed with
when
cash.
the first time I met the Queen, she had one of those.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, "You want a beer, man?" I was like, "Yeah, man."
Who? Lizzie?
Don't call her Lizzie. It's
Oh,
disrespectful.
sorry.
she-
Queen Elizabeth II.
Thank you.
Her Royal Highness.
Yeah.
Hang on. She was offering Moge
Keyzie, when it's coming
beers.
from you. Yeah, well,
Well,
that's
not
right.
beer, brewski. She said
Brewskis,
brewski.
right, yeah.
Yeah, but they do. You're right. It class to join up because other than that, I don't know. Balmoral's got a certain cheapness about it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty shabby, isn't it?
It is shabby.
Funny you should say that. She offered me a tinny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You want a
You want
tinny,
a tinny?
Jase?
Yeah.
Who, Elizabeth?
Yeah, Her Royal Highness.
Sorry, Her
Keyzie.
Royal Highness.
HRH.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
She's dead now.
Who? Queen Elizabeth II. Don't say it, Jase. So
Yeah.
I found out the other day that they do actually ask questions about the hosts on the music jury.
Yeah.
And the good news is they asked about the big show, and Moge, you've got an 89% approval rating.
Out of
Not out of 100, obviously.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty unheard of. Mine's only 87.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame.
Here we go. Here we go.
What?
We go.
What?
I give him a bit of jip about eating a ginormous sausage roll before the show, and here we go.
Jase,
Yes.
do you want to know your approval rating?
Sure, man. Go on, Keyzie, hit me.
4%. Below 100.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's real low. I made the whole thing up. If you want to join the music jury, text music to 3483. Sign up. Tell us if you like our music or not, and win sweet stuff like $5,000 cash.
Yeah.
Cha-chinga.
Imagine that, $5,000 just to voice your opinion. Too good.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Tuesday show done and dusted. Just a little reminder again, it's not too far away now. The big show on the road, Thursday at the Zookeeper's Son.
That's right, in Royal Oak, Auckland.
Royal Oak, Auckland. Make sure you're there. Come along and say good day. Moge, what's your plans tonight, mate?
Probably go home, put the kid through the bath there, put her down, clean up the house, sit on the couch, sob, and then take myself off to bed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so cool.
Good.
Keyzie, you won't be needing dinner because you had that giant sausage roll.
Jase, that was 3 hours ago. Or it was 3.5 hours ago, all right? I'm going out for dinner with my wife's cousin who is in town. And whenever someone comes up from down south, we always feel the need to take them to cool places.
Who's the cousin?
Her cousin.
Yeah.
Her cousin is Catherine.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, that's
remember-
the one you were saying is
Yeah.
a massive battle axe.
That's the one. That's the one. So we'll be taking the old battle axe out and about and hopefully
Good stuff,
getting
mate.
rid of
Good
it
on
pretty
you, mate.
quick. Yeah. What about you, Jase?
Pretty quiet for me tonight. I go home and we're having homemade chicken burgers tonight, I think.
Homemade.
And
Oh, yeah.
homemade fries, which are delicious.
Sorry, are you saying homemade?
Yeah, homemade.
Oh,
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then I'll watch the show I was just talking about, Wolf. I think another couple of eps of that, and then BD buys for old Hoodie
Good on
J.
you, mate.
Hey, listen, thanks for taking the time to listen to the show. Check out the podcast. Also, check out our Instagram account. Pugs has been working his ass off there, fellas.
Not that great.
And it's plenty to go and see there. Till tomorrow. We'll see you later.